Hi everyone, this is John Cawley of Plant-Based Life here with another one of our videos, and down here on beautiful Bondi Beach today, and it's a lovely day. So what I'm going to talk about today is instability when doing exercises. Now, the importance of it, you know. So one of the things that's very rarely talked about when you go to most, exercise routines or go to gyms or wherever you may go and train is the importance of having unstable environments and challenging, your brain capacity to learn new movements through motor control and cognitive adaptation, right? So what do I mean by that? Well, basically, every time you're challenged with a new movement, a movement that you're not familiar with, your brain's got to adapt and pick it up. It's not just a physical thing, right? Your brain sends signals to each of your muscles, your tendons, everything, and really, helps you out to move. And you've got a lot of emotional connections in your body as well that can hold you back from movement, related to how you learned movement patterns when you were very young, in the first 7 years of your life. And a lot of it is stored in your fascia, which I've spoken about before. Fascia is a web of tissue that basically goes from the bottom of our feet all the way up to the back of our head, and it's literally connects everything. And it can be tight, and you need to do massage and things to release it, but also it stores your emotions connected to movement over years. And not just that, connected to movement, any stresses or traumas you have in life can be stored in your fascia, so that can restrict your movement. So the importance of instability, when I say instability, it's basically, when you're doing exercise, it's making an unstable platform. You could do, say, some Pilates exercises on a reformer where you're doing scooter, like pushing back with a leg, with one foot on what's called a Bosu. And a Bosu is basically, a half Swiss ball with a plastic edge, and you stand on the top, and it's unstable and you move around a lot. And that will force you to engage your glute in the supporting leg, or engage other muscles, engage your core more. So instability is extremely important. You can do it when using cable row machines, or if you're just outdoors somewhere, you can basically, use resistance bands, and you can have little balance boards to stand on, or little balls, to stand on, and there's all different ways to introduce instability. But I cannot give it, more praise. I've seen clients make major develops engaging muscles. Sometimes, as a trainer, it's very hard to explain to someone to engage a muscle. But if you force them to engage it, in that you put them in an environment where their body's got no choice, they have to engage it, otherwise they're not going to carry out the movement, well then they start to understand, And some people are switched on and in tune with their bodies and can switch these muscles on, but some just can't, no matter how often you demo it, how often you show them or you explain it, they can't always do it, So, so this is very, very important. Instability training, I can't, give it enough praise. So we need to get everybody doing this, and it's amazing for people who may have had injuries as well. But you've got to be careful as well, because obviously if you've got a knee injury and the instability is making you move a certain way, you may worsen that injury. So, there's different techniques for different people depending on where you are in your fitness. But instability training is good for absolutely everybody in the right context and prescribed in the right way. Okay, so that's my tip for today. If you're working with a trainer, get some more instability, unstable environments to work on. Challenge yourselves with new movement patterns. Do some incline training, whatever. Do something different. Challenge yourself. If you want some help with this, contact us. Well, I'm down here in Bondi Beach because we now do a lot of training in the east. We're based down in the east now as well. And we've got a few places where we're training. We've got different trainers all around Sydney, but we're doing a lot of work in the east now, both outdoors and indoors in some gyms and training centres. So contact us. But this isn't just about our business. This is a tip. If you're working with a trainer right now, if you're doing Pilates or doing functional movement training, and you want to speak to that trainer and get some advice from them or get some ideas, talk to them about unstable environments, instability training, and getting that more into your program. Okay, remember, peace, movement, and plants.